All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's me from the future, and just wanted to discuss Litecoin. There's a lot of haters out there, but there's reasons to keep diversified into different cryptos. But what is Litecoin? Litecoin is a decentralized peer-to-peer cryptocurrency. It was created in October of 2011 and was one of the first cryptocurrencies post-Bitcoin. Okay. And of course, it's a fork of Bitcoin as well, the code. Litecoin has a maximum circulating supply of 84 million coins, which is 4 times larger than Bitcoin's maximum of 21 million. So you see how it's very similar to Bitcoin. LTC is going through its own halving in 2023, this year. By the way, the date is March 5th, 2023. So looking here at this image, you'll notice that there's only 149 days until the halving. We're going to take a look at the chart and see what's going to happen there, maybe estimate. Okay. So again, why LTC? Why am I interested in LTC? Well, LTC, again, is going to have faster and cheaper transactions for all of us. Anybody that's using the coin, that's buying, that's moving the coin in wallets, purchasing coffee with it, whatever it might be. But it's got this added twist of privacy now that we talked about with Mimblewimble. But the main reasons here, I think, would be it's a proven OG coin, right? LTC's been here. It stood the test of time. It's also an oscillator. In terms of cryptocurrency movements. So it's very reliable if you're going to be swing trading this asset. It's not something for a long-term hold, in my opinion, right? Buy it low, sell it high, and move those funds into something else like Bitcoin, perhaps. And I say this because LTC is a great indicator in the bear market, typically leading Bitcoin into the bull markets. What do I mean by that? I'll elaborate again. It's basically LTC typically in a 4-year cycle moves first because of its halving. Its halving occurs before Bitcoin's, so that means it's going to move first, literally leading us into the next bull run. Okay, and that's happened for all 4 cycles. So let's take a look at the charts. So looking here at the LTC price, we've got the moving averages, the 200 moving average in the blue line, and also the yellow line is the 50-week moving average. Okay, both of these moving averages are causing Litecoin's price to stall. Of course, at the 200 moving average. What I think is going to be happening here is the price is going to be doing some interesting things, right? We talked about fractals in the past. So looking back here in 2019, 2018 area. After the big 2017 crash into 2018, we had a giant relief rally, okay? And guess what? That relief rally coincided with none other than the halving. So let's take a look. I'm gonna get rid of these moving averages. So looking here at the different halvings, we started with the Genesis block in 2011, and then the first halving in 2015, second halving in 2019, third halving is coming up, and that's going to be in August 2023, estimated to be somewhere around the 2nd of August. Okay. But let me go back to the halving chart really quick though. So there's 149 days until till the halving. Okay. Let's take a look at this past dates here. We just talked about those. I put them on the chart for you guys. One of the things I wanted to point out here, though, is the block reward. Okay. Each time a miner mines a block for Litecoin on the Litecoin blockchain, they get rewarded in Litecoin. Okay. Back when when Litecoin was first created, the Genesis block, the first block, If a miner mined Litecoin, they get 50 LTC. Okay. Then after that halving, though, in 2015, of course, that mining reward went from 50 to 25. And then in August 2019, that mining reward went to 12 and a half of 25, right? And then coming up soon, the mining reward is going to go from 12 and a half to 6.25 LTC. As you can see, it gets lighter, it's smaller and smaller and smaller. This, I feel, especially with Bitcoin, drives up the price because that reward and the electricity and everything else, the cost of mining is getting more expensive and the reward is less and less. So this is kind of the opposite of the US dollar or pretty much any currency, right? I'm going to go back, way back to 2015, that first halving, okay? Now let's look and see what happened. What was the pattern back in those days? Seems like a million years ago, but it wasn't really that long ago. Okay, so going into the halving, Litecoin had a devastating bear market, right? And then guess what? A spike and a big old relief rally. Just a couple months before, actually really only a month before the actual halving, the first halving. So big old spike a month before, basically buy the rumor and sell the news. So there was no benefit to be buying at the halving or even after the halving. There was benefit, but I'm saying it didn't cause any immediate uptick. The uptick was before the actual halving date, way before, a month before. So you got to buy the rumor, you got to sell the news. Okay, so that was 2015. Let's take a look at 2019, 4 years later, the 4-year cycle, just like Bitcoin. Okay, so again, we had that 2017 bull run, which I took part in, happy to say. 2017 bull run, bear market, okay? And then this big old relief rally, straight into the halving, And that was from December 18th, 2018, all the way to June 2019. So a crazy rise. And I believe that this is where we are, possibly, but we'd have to kind of take a look, okay? So, again, this is a big, giant relief rally after that huge bull market that we went through, right? Almost like a smaller echo of what happened in 2017. But why are we looking at this? We're looking at where the price went going into the halving. This, my friends, the green line, is the 2019 halving, okay? So what happened right before the halving? Everything went crazy, straight up, but we crashed into the halving. No positive effects after the halving. What I say this too because a lot of times in the media, people will talk about the hype of the halving all the way up until the day of, right? But it's already too late. We're already crashing back down. We bought the rumor and we sold the news, okay? That was 2019, right into the halving. So check it out. Here we are. We just had this giant bull run. We're down in a bear market. We're coming back up for this relief rally. And over here, the green line is this upcoming halving. Okay? What I'm interested in is where are we going from here? Are we going to crash down? And I'll even use some lines here. Are we going to crash down and into the halving? Right? Something like that. We'll do another option. That's option A. Or are we going to do something like this? Actually, I'm going to put back this line here. There we go. So this is the 50-week moving average. What if we did something like this? We tested the 50-week moving average and continued up, something like this, only to buy that rumor and then sell the news back into the rest, into the bear market again, just to test everybody. Okay, so that scenario looks just like this scenario where we went up, first part of the relief rally, we crashed back down to test this 50-week moving average, and then we continued up, right? All before the 2019 halving, and then only to crash into the 2019 halving. So this is what I'm trying to show you here that could happen. There's a lot of different things going on in the macro economy, but this option B is pretty likely. With that said, if you were a swing trader, 74, 75 bucks, $75 probably roughly, would kind of be a good swing trade. A good place to put a limit buy order and wait, right? And this is for swing trading only. This isn't our long-term plan that we'll go into in other videos. But this is my thoughts on where it could go, right? And let me zoom out a little bit. I have quite a few lower trend lines drawn here because I'm a big fan of lower trend lines and where price continues to go. Zoom in on a lot of this here. You can see where it starts to make a little bit of sense, right? This is way back in 2017, the meteoric rise. It kind of bounced off this trend line, this red trend line, right? If you follow the trend line up, it comes and finds these other kamikaze crashes, these wicks, right? Bounces right off of that same trend line. Look at that, same trend line, 2022, 2020, right? This is a kind of a lower trend line. I like that as a possibility as a floor, right? Because it seems like that's where we've been finding a floor, 1, 2, 3 touches. Other possibilities, though, are these other lower floors here, touches with wicks, where we, way back in 2014, found a lot of support, or actually found some resistance here where we couldn't get back up through resistance, right? Then some support here we found some support here again, and that's why I have a green X back in this area. So long term, meaning up for the next couple of years, if you want to purchase and hold into the real bull market, not this relief rally midterm bull market that we're probably in the middle of right now. What I'm talking about is going into 2025 area and beyond, right? This is the big money, right? This zone between $48 and $35 at this time, right? That is my outlook. So again, probably purchasing sometime in late 2023, holding in this zone until mid to late 2025, right? So roughly, what is that? Something like 2 years of a hold. That's a big swing trade, right? That's a long-term swing trade in my opinion, and that would result in this right here. Not to go too long-winded, we'll wrap it up here, but that would result into something just like this, right? Where are we? Let's go. Let's mimic that idea, right? So this was the zone I'm talking about. This is exactly the zone, here and here, right? Which would equate to here and here, okay? These two. So even to finish that off, we got, let's make it more visual, and I'll let you guys all go. But we had this scenario B here. Okay, so down, wicking down to somewhere like that. Maybe another little jig-jag. And then coming straight up. And then straight back down. And then something like this, right? And then moving on into the bull market, the real bull market. And again, this is very similar to these fractals. Remember, it's all about fractals. These things repeat. This was a big old fractal set, right? All these pieces here. And then this was a big old fractal set. It is still a big fractal set. We need to determine whether this is going to happen again fully, right? This fractal here is definitely this fractal, this that we see, okay? Fractals, they don't often repeat the exact size. this whole fractal right here, this big triangle craziness, could just be a small version here. And then like each of these little guys would be small as well, right? So it would result in something like, you know, smaller. But it could do an exact replica of that type of formation, right? Up, down, up, coming literally back up to that $140 area, all the way up into the $140 something area, right? So that is my story. And I made a big old mess of this chart, but that's okay. Okay, so that's it. Thanks everybody, and please like and subscribe so I can continue making these videos for everybody. The quality of the videos will get better and better. I'm trying to stay on a low budget just to get the message out. But again, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.